Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as always, we will be talking about our weekly Torah portion, Parshas Pinchas. And yes, Pinchas is a very important character, but this is the second longest Torah portion in the Torah. And there's a lot of stuff going on there. And the conclusion of the story from the previous weekly Torah portion, the census of Jewish people again, holidays, a lot of things are going on. But I want to talk to you about one phrase, very short phrase, in this parsha that's seemingly out of context mentioned in our Torah portion. Yes, we again making a census, and it's a normal practice in the book of Bamidbar, when after all each of our transgression and the mass punishment of the Jewish people, we count again how many people left, how many people will continue the journey to the land of Israel. And after the story of Korach, after war and pandemics with Midian and Moab, we making again the calculation, another census. And we begin seemingly absolutely properly with the oldest tribe of Reuven, and it's also might be in place to count, to mention that Datan and Aviram, who were part of the tribe of Reuven, were killed, died, and punished with the revolt of Korach and his congregation. But then the next sentence, it's very puzzling. It's totally out of place there because it says only 5 words. The next sentence, and the sons of Korach didn't die. Why it appears here? First of all, the story of Korach was a couple of weekly Torah portions ago. Second of all, sons of Korach, they were from tribe of Levi. They were supposed to counted separately, not with the tribe of Reuven. We can say that there is a certain connection because sons of Korach were also part of the Korach's revolt, and as we know, Datan and Aviram, they joined the revolt, but they joined with their own agenda because they had a long time conflict with Moses since Egypt, besides the whole problems with Reuven being the oldest but not being the chosen one for the kingship. But Korach's agenda was totally different. He was not so much opposing Moses, he was rather wanted to take place of Aaron HaKohen. He wanted to be the high priest. But he was a great leader, great politician, great charismatic person, and he created a lot of fuss about his protests in the community, in the congregation. And obviously a lot of people, everybody that felt deprived for their own reason, they joined him, but they all had a separate, their personal agendas, interests. But Korach was the leader that everybody went behind him because he was addressing all those issues to bring all the opponents together in one coalition. The sons of Korach obviously joined him as well. They were, after all, Korach is their father. He is not just a charismatic leader, he educator. He raised his children with the same values of protest and so on. But how they changed their mind, it wasn't easy for sure. What they did, and this is the first lesson that we can learn from the story, that they stepped back, one step back, and looked at the things in the last moment, even in the last moment, from the different perspectives, not from the propaganda that was screaming from all the screens, from the TVs, computers, and the iPhones, not from the unstoppable stream of the information that want to define your mind. No, they took step back, and yes, they changed their views, and this tells us that even in the last moment we can do so. And the reward was great. Not only they were not punished, the miracle happened according to Rashi, who brings Babylonian Talmud from Masechet Sanhedrin, that all the earth that opened up and ate up Korach and his congregation, they even went around the sons of Korach only because they changed their mind in last moment. And their influence for the Jewish people is huge. The psalms that the sons of Korach wrote until today we use in our liturgy, not only our liturgy. The second one, it's the second lesson from the story, it's even more puzzling and more interesting. How can you change your mind when there is so much pressure from the society, from the propaganda, from the unstoppable stream of information that won't direct your mind in one way? You should take a step back. You should oppose. Take a breath. Turn off all the information and try to think for yourself, with your own mind, with your own logic, without a logic that was telling you. And this is very difficult for the Jewish people because we are always involved. We are always with the protests. Even the conflicts that are not related to us, we still taking sides and we protect and promote the truth. Even this is the truth that we are told on the TV or on social media. But the Jewish people, we have a great tool that helps us to have a perspective, to move back, step aside, zoom out, and have our own perspective on the events without any stream of information. And the tool is called Shabbat, because for 25 hours we detach ourselves from all the screens and the propaganda and the information, and we can relax and take a different perspective of the reality. And the interesting thing, the Parshas Korach, and the Korach literally means bold in Hebrew. We read just a couple of weeks ago when the Jewish people, they light the candles, they made the kiddush, they enjoyed their family dinner, they spent the time in the synagogue, and they were detached for 25 hours from all the news. And then after 25 hours, so Saturday night, when we made the Havdalah and jumped right away back to our screens, you know what happened? What happened? That there was almost a military revolt in the 1/6 territory of the earth, and the tanks already on the way to the capital. And when the Shabbos was over, it was like nothing happened. So you know what? They could deal without us, without the Jewish involvement. When we have Shabbat, we not always have to be involved. So ladies and gentlemen, to have a perspective of the reality, to know how to sometimes we must change our lives, use the ancient Jewish tool, Shabbat, and then we all will live peacefully. Thank you very much. Good luck. I see you next week.